Thirdly, as always, we're going to go over news. This was a bit of a lighter week. There's not much to go over, but there are some interesting tidbits that got released. For example, I think South by Southwest had a Sonic panel.
Yeah.
And they released the title for Sonic 2017, which we thought was going to be Generations 2, is actually Sonic Forces. And we also got a Sonic Mania delay / actual release date. So, Mania looks great. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
We talked about it last week.
That got pushed from spring to summer, right?
Yeah, so it isn't too bad.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I don't know. There are enough games to play this first half of the year, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to be still chipping away at some Mass Effect stuff by the time that would have came out anyways. So, like,
yeah.
Persona, Ukulele,
Persona
stuff.
Shit. That comes out.
And Sonic Forces, new 3D Sonic. I watched the gameplay. It was like a minute long, not even.
Yeah.
Looked like 3D Sonic.
I looked at that gameplay. I thought it looked nice.
Yeah, I mean, it looked fast.
Yeah, it looked fast. Yeah. I think that the 3D Sonic stuff that you play in Generations is actually pretty fun.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
Yeah, but like also like if you remember when that game got announced, it had like 3 Sonics in it, right? There was like Classic Sonic, there was Adventure 2006 Sonic, which is the footage we saw yesterday, and then there was also like Sonic Boom Sonic, where he had the thing around his wrist.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the other shoe is going to drop at some point and we'll see like some bad Sonic gameplay, like some werewolf stuff. But like, yeah, so far I think it looks good. I don't know. It's coming out to the Switch as well, right?
Yeah.
So I hope that port's good because that's probably will be how I play it. But yeah, it looks promising. Mania I'm excited about a lot.
If they bring in a third Sonic, Werehog over Boom. 100%.
For real?
Yes.
Like I don't know, I think this would be the first, because the Sonic Boom games they made so far haven't been made by the actual Sonic team.
I heard the DS ones were okay.
Yeah, I heard they were okay, but still pretty bad. I remember the what was the one on the Wii U, like the Rise of Lyric?
Something like that.
Yeah, that was made by some Western developer.
Okay.
But this is going to be made by fully the Sonic team.
Yes. Okay, so Sonic team is on this, and then Mania is a different team, right?
Sonic Mania is like a few Australians, I think.
Yeah. Okay,
There's like Christian Whitehead or something who is apparently like pretty revered in this Sonic.
Yeah, I think Headcanon is on it too.
Yeah, in Tantalus or whatever, the guys that made the Twilight Princess port are working on the port, at least for the Switch, for Sonic Mania.
All right, well, I mean, like, I like Sonic. I hope it's good again.
At the South by Southwest panel, there was a poll or something that they said, hey, if fans want this, we will gladly release the Sonic Mania soundtrack on vinyl.
Uh-huh.
I want that.
That'd be cool.
I want that.
Yeah. Make Sonic great again.
Yeah, please.
I hope so. Yeah, moving forward, though, gonna try and segue here. Sonic 06 had very bad glitches. MLB The Show has very bad glitches.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I don't really think this is really much of a problem because I don't know how bad this glitch actually is. But I just wanted to mention it because that picture is amazing.
Yeah, I'll just put the picture up.
Yeah, put the picture up. Look at this picture. Yeah,
horrifying.
Just please. It's absolutely horrifying. Yeah, it's scary.
If you thought Assassin's Creed Unity was bad.
Yeah, this is horrific. I saw this once and I couldn't go to bed. Like, just don't.
I mean, I haven't played a show game since like 2011, I think. But yeah, I mean, they sell great for PlayStation.
I hear they're really good.
Yeah, they're like, I know they sell incredibly well. Like, I know some people, I don't know people, but I know of people who just have a PS4 for like the show because they love the show. Yeah,
it's so weird that like the only good baseball game is like a Sony thing.
I think.
Well, actually, the only baseball game. Yeah, because like there used to be 2K, right? 2K baseball.
Yeah, that stopped around. I want to say like 2008, maybe.
Yeah, because the show was just too good.
Yeah, show's great.
Yeah,
I haven't played them for a few years, but I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe if that's on sale soon, I'll check that out. Yeah, but next up on the list of news, NPD numbers came out for the month of February, and the top 3 best-selling games from 3 to 1. 3 is GTA 5.
Of
kind
course.
Of impressive. I mean,
yeah, that game's never gonna stop selling. Who's buying that game anymore?
I don't know.
Like who? I thought everyone played it.
I mean, PS4 numbers keep going up, so I mean,
Yeah,
It's
that's the
probably
game to
new
get.
people. Like, that is the game people want to get with it because it's the open world game. It's the Rockstar game. On
You know, the game's
PS4.
on like PS3 and 360 as well.
Yeah, it launched first like a year before.
I keep on forgetting that like it was on. No, it launched like 2 months before the consoles, right?
I don't remember, but I remember no, because remember we had to wait for Heists for a while, and I'm pretty sure Heists came out a little bit after the launch of.
Yeah, Heist came out like I think a year after the PS4 launch. I want to say.
Yeah, well, second place though,
Yeah.
Resident Evil 7 got dethroned.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh wait, so
Yeah.
Resident Evil 7 is number 2?
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah, but it was number one for a while. It was number one for January. Yeah, Resident Evil 7 though.
This is a great game. No
Yeah.
lie. I don't even like Resident Evil that much, but that game's awesome.
Yeah, I rented it. There's
Mhm.
a Redbox down the street from where I'm living right now, and went through it in a weekend. Liked it a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man.
I'm hopeful for Resident Evil going forward. I hope there was rumors going around because of the sale numbers that they didn't know what direction they wanted to take. I hope RE8 continues this sort of first-person survival horror type thing, low-key, not crazy action stuff.
Yeah.
And they don't go back because I mean there was a drop-off from 6 sales to 7 sales. Like 7 sold worse than 6.
Yeah, because I think wait. Yeah, you say that, but also like I wonder if like the budget of 7 being so much lower, it actually turned a better number in terms of profits.
That's interesting, yeah. That could
Because like the
probably-
budget for 6 6 is a big game, right? It's huge.
6 was giant.
But 7 is pretty small.
7's like what, like a 14-hour game?
7 is like a 14-hour game, but also like it just has like 3 environments, right? 3 houses
Right.
that are all very similar looking.
Mhm.
And like there's like what 3 character models in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I need to
hope-
check out the VR support for that because I played it on PC, but like I bet you the next few Resident Evil games are gonna be like that and have VR support, which is super cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome because it'd be good to have a strong survival horror game that isn't just like a AAA survival horror game. You know?
Right? Yeah.
Because I mean, there is stuff like Outlast, which is decent depending on what your interests are. But I mean, Resident Evil 7 being on top again is awesome. Like I'm
Yeah.
just glad that it's good.
Yeah, definitely.
And number one, the thing that took Resident Evil 7's place is For Honor.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that game's kind of cool. I played the beta,
Mhm.
but like I think that's a really weird game that Ubisoft made, and I'm glad it's apparently doing well.
Yeah, I'm really happy. New IP, doing well. People have great interest in it. I like the combat.
Yeah.
The peer-to-peer stuff is a little upsetting, but
Yeah, that's a bummer.
the 1v1 matches are fantastic. So
Yeah.
intense. I love it.
Really cool combat system, you know. Like I think it very much feels like a fighting game
Mhm.
in more ways than not.
Yeah, and I've been meaning to put... I got a copy of it probably a couple weeks after launch, but I haven't put any time into it so far just because I've been swamped with a million other things, but I want to go and check it out, see how the season is doing, you know, how they were doing like a season every 10 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's cool concepts. Samurais are awesome to play as, so...
Right, and Horizon didn't chart because that was released on like the last day of February, I imagine.
Yeah, so Horizon's probably going to be up there for...
They said it sold through 2.5 million units so far.
Yeah, I heard it was their best-selling new franchise on PS4.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting game. I didn't really care for it too much when I first, like the first half of it I played, I didn't really like it that much, but the second half, like, the story gets pretty good, man. Like,
That's awesome.
it's cool, and the combat is like really interesting.
That's really cool.
Yeah, because like you're just attacking weak points, but like it gets fun. You kind of mix up with your arrows and play styles. It's neat.
That's cool.
You should play it.
Yeah, I'm glad that's doing well, and I'm glad they can like go more places with Horizon.
Yeah.
So that about does it for sales numbers, but there are 2 other things worth mentioning that happened this week. Capcom is putting out the Disney Afternoon Collection, which includes Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers 1 and 2, DuckTales 1 and 2, Tailspin, and Darkwing Duck.
These games, well, the ones I've played at least, are some of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah, DuckTales games are good.
DuckTales is really good.
Yeah.
One of the best soundtracks ever, too.
Right, and these are all NES games.
Yep, and the way this I think Digital Eclipse is the people putting this out, right?
I haven't looked.
The way they do this is not emulation anymore. They physically they port the games over on a new engine,
Okay.
and I really love the work they're doing with this stuff. They did the Mega Man collection, right?
Anniversary collection?
Yeah,
Yes.
and
No, the Legacy collection. Sorry.
yeah, the Legacy collection, yeah, and that was the same kind of work where they manually they port the games over and they run much better than emulation would run it, like no input lag and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm super happy with the work they're doing on this kind of stuff, and this is in my opinion, the right collection to go for.
Yeah, it was very sudden. Like I didn't expect anything like this at all. I was expecting
No.
Megaman X.
Same.
So, I mean, I still want Megaman X as a
I do
collection.
too, but honestly, I think DuckTales is a game I like more than any of the Mega Man X games.
Yeah, I think doing something different instead
Yeah,
of going right to Mega Man X. I hope we get a Mega Man X something this year or Mega Man anything this year because it is an anniversary.
yeah.
But it's like a 10 anniversary too. I think it's 30.
I feel like this is also just straight up important work too, where it's they're getting the licensed Disney stuff and getting that out on current gen consoles
Yeah.
for the future. Like having this licensed release come out right now is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely something interesting because there's nothing like this aside from the NES Classic,
Right.
and to my knowledge, none of these were on that.
I don't think so.
So and like we've said before, there's no retro games on the PS4.
No,
So
none of them.
since this will be available on that, that's great. Getting more older titles. I want to see what else they do with this. If they just keep going on collections, if they branch out to maybe Super Nintendo or other systems.
Yeah, I mean, there's still tons of great NES Capcom games to put out, like Bionic Commando,
Yeah.
and probably something else that I'm not remembering.
I mean, the main other Capcom thing, obviously, besides Street Fighter, is like Resident Evil. And,
For to remaster that.
yeah, I don't know if they do a collection though, because they have been releasing the separate ones, and they are. I forgot to mention this again. Resident Evil Revelations is getting ported to the PS4.
Yeah, I think Capcom has been actually kind of interesting in putting out all their old games on the current gen systems.
Yeah, they're not full price either.
Yeah, they've been smart about that. I wonder how well it's doing for them.
I hope well. I mean, like Resident Evil 6 being co-op and living with a roommate who loves Resident Evil, I've been
Yeah.
tempted to buy it just to play through the whole thing because I got it when it came out, and I never got far in it. But I feel like co-op and that would just make it better. Because
Resident Evil 6, from what I remember, was actually a really well playing shooter.
yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't really Resident Evil, but
No,
it played fine.
it felt really good.
It was like a insane, crazy Japan game. Which I mean, there's some good ones and there's some bad ones, but
Yeah.
this was an interesting one. So I mean, that being $20, I'm more apt to maybe check it out.
I never bought Revelations but I really wanted it on a 3DS because it looked amazing on that platform.
I heard it was one of the best reviewed 3DS games.
Yeah, I heard, but I heard that too. But then when it came out and everything else, people then forgot that, they weren't amazed by the fact that it was running on a 3DS anymore, and they just judged it on its own merits. And I heard it wasn't that great,
Yeah.
but also I think it's it was before Resident Evil 7. Revelations was the first return to form for the series.
But yeah, that being a fall title though makes me think that 2 Remake isn't happening this year.
Yeah, I think that's still pretty early.
It's sad though.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I mean, I hope. But I don't hope it's this year because that would be a lot of Resident Evil for 1 year. Even though the reaction to 7 was so positive,
Yeah,
it's just even Revelations is pretty old, so I don't know why they're spacing it out that far. I feel like if they'd want to get people's attention more with it, they'd want to probably put it out closer to the release of 7, maybe April or May, because if a regular person who played 7, they liked it and they're like, oh, I can check out this new one that just came out. It's only $20. Maybe I'll like this. I feel like that's a smarter decision than pushing it to the fall when the fall's already so crowded. And I know the first half of this year's been insanely crowded too, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be like a play where it's like it comes out in the fall, and everyone will remember Resident Evil 7 for Game of the Year awards again.
Oh, that's true too.
I don't know, because like honestly, with all the great games coming out this year so far, I always forget that Resident Evil 7 came out this year.
Yeah, the first
Despite
month of this year too.
Yeah, I really loved that game. Like I had a great time playing it, but I keep on forgetting it.
Well, I mean that's just the
Not
blessed
it's not
curse.
not saying anything about the quality of the game itself. It's just more
Uh-huh.
like so many good games are coming out. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing, but
No.
one last quick thing: the CEO of Telltale has left the building.
Yeah. I think this is interesting because apparently I had heard that Telltale uses their engine only because the CEO made it himself or whatever, or worked on it originally, and it's kind of a pride thing. So maybe we can see them using other engines like Unreal Engine. Because personally, every experience I've had with a Telltale game has been usually somewhat bogged down by the fact that they don't perform too well, and I hear the engine is a main issue with it.
Right. Well, even if they moved on to something like Unreal, they could still replicate their style,
Yeah,
which I think is something that works for them a lot. But yeah, like you said, it's just the technical stuff. Because I've my three favorite Telltale series are probably Batman, Wolf Among Us, and then Walking Dead Season 1.
yeah,
The two that came out on PS3 first, I didn't really run into technical issues with those, and I thought they looked fantastic, but Batman was a lot more muddled with things. They weren't game-breaking things, in my experience at least, but stuff like Invisible Man, you can only see his eyes attacking me. Someone fired a gun at me and there was no sound.
yeah.
And then frame rate issues, but it wasn't like terrible issues. It
I
got
had
better.
issues like that too. Yeah, it didn't break the game, but it just was unpleasant. You know,
Yeah.
like I would love it if they fixed that.
So, yeah, I hope moving forward they take a few more liberties. I think the ship has sailed for Guardians though, so they can't.
Yeah, Guardians is gonna be Guardians
Yeah.
unless
I'm not
it's
gonna,
already on Unreal Engine and we didn't even realize that could happen.
Yeah, like it just depends on how long this whole CEO debacle has been going on.
Right.
But assuming they weren't able to yet, we're probably not going to see this until,
A year or two.
yeah, whatever their next project is.
They gotta be making Star Wars, right? At some point, hasn't that been rumored forever?
Actually, I don't think so. And them doing Guardians makes me feel like they're not going to,
Yeah, I can see that.
because that's very samey. Especially Borderlands. Also, I don't think they're going to make a season 2 anytime soon. But like they did a spacey Western game. Now they're
Right.
doing Guardians, which is more sci-fi than Westerny.
I feel like I remember hearing rumors about Star Wars, but I guess that's fair.
It might have been around the same time that they announced the Marvel project.
Could be.
Because I remember people saying like, "Oh, does that mean they can do Star Wars too?"
Yeah.
But then they were like, "Guardians of the Galaxy is our Marvel thing, not Daredevil." And because remember there was a while when people thought it was gonna be Daredevil.
Yeah, I think you're right. I plus too with the EA having the whole Star Wars license rights, maybe they just can't.
Yeah, I don't know how easy it is for them to work with other publishers and developers. Probably not easy because why would they want to share that money? It's Star Wars.
Right.
But yeah, Telltale. I'm interested to see what they do after this year because after Walking Dead wraps up, and after Guardians wraps up, hopefully Guardians wraps up this year. I assume it
Yeah.
will.
Hopefully
If they pull a Batman and do it like month after month, that'd be great.
they have to, right? It's Guardians.
Probably, and
They
then
gotta.
they'll announce something at the Game Awards again. Probably that'll be when they reveal their next thing.
Yeah, they always do that.
Because I can't see them announcing a third project around E3 when Guardians probably just came out.
Yeah, I think Guardians is probably gonna be May, right? That's when the movie comes out.
Yeah, I'm guessing
Yeah. Okay. So.
that makes sense to time it with that.
Yeah. That movie looks good, by the way. I saw the trailer for it last night.
Yeah, it looks.
The recent trailer looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Telltale. I just want them to do Wolf Among Us Season 2. I know it's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
same. It's never gonna happen, I don't think, but that's probably my favorite Telltale game.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I don't know. Batman was pretty great. Out of everything, though, I think Batman is probably next.
It's a cage match between Walking Dead season 1 and Wolf Among Us for me. Batman's a good third, but
That's fair. I mean, I feel like the next project is Batman Season 2.
Yeah, they gotta.
Just because of how that ended, you know?
Yeah.
And just the reception and the perfect release schedule. They finally got everything together and got it monthly.
Yeah, I wonder how well it sold.
I mean, it probably helped that it was Batman.
Probably, but like I remember not. I don't think I heard as much of it as I remember, like as I think I would.
Well, I mean, if anything is sold better than Wolf Among Us and Borderlands, it probably means they're going to do it again.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.